The role of an assistant manager is one of balance, balancing leadership with support, authority with collaboration, and decision-making with adaptability. Assistant managers often act as the bridge between the team and senior management, ensuring that operations run smoothly while motivating staff to perform their best. Because of this, interviews for assistant manager positions typically go beyond technical know-how. Employers want to see leadership potential, problem-solving skills, customer service abilities, and the capacity to remain calm under pressure. In this video, we'll walk through some of the most common assistant manager interview questions. For each, you'll see a breakdown of what the interviewer wants to uncover, followed by a practical sample response introduced with, "Here's how you can answer." We'll also provide tips on how to tailor your own responses to demonstrate readiness for this multifaceted role. Question 1. Can you tell us about your experience leading a team? This question helps employers evaluate your leadership style and whether you can manage people effectively. Here's how you can answer. In my previous role as a team leader, I managed a group of 12 employees in a retail environment. My focus was always on setting clear expectations and being approachable. I scheduled regular check-ins to ensure everyone understood their responsibilities and felt supported. I also encouraged feedback, which helped build trust. The result was improved teamwork and a noticeable increase in productivity. I believe leadership is not just about delegating, but also about motivating and guiding people to achieve shared goals. Question 2. How do you handle conflict between team members? Conflict resolution is a core part of being an assistant manager. Interviewers want to see if you can mediate fairly. Here's how you can answer. When conflict arises, I first listen to both sides separately to understand the root cause. Once I've gathered the perspectives, I bring the parties together for a respectful discussion. For example, 2 staff members once clashed over shift coverage. I facilitated a conversation where each explained their side, and we worked out a fair schedule. The key is to remain neutral, focus on facts, and create a solution that benefits both the team and the organization. Question 3. How do you balance taking direction from management while leading a team yourself? This question tests your ability to serve as a link between higher management and staff. Here's how you can answer. I see myself as both a leader and a supporter. When management sets a direction, I make sure to clearly communicate it to the team while also explaining why it's important. At the same time, I listen to my team's feedback and share relevant insights with senior management. For example, when our store introduced a new sales system, I relayed staff concerns about training needs to management. This resulted in additional sessions, which made the transition smoother. Balancing both roles requires communication and adaptability. Question 4. Can you describe a time when you had to make a tough decision quickly? Assistant managers are often required to think on their feet. Here's how you can answer. Once, during a busy holiday season, we had an unexpected staff shortage. I quickly rearranged shifts, delegated tasks, and even took on some frontline work myself to keep operations running smoothly. While it was stressful, I learned the importance of staying calm and decisive in high-pressure situations. My quick decision-making ensured that customer service wasn't compromised. Question 5. How do you motivate your team during challenging times? Motivation is essential, especially when morale is low. Here's how you can answer. I believe motivation starts with recognition. During challenging times, I make a point to acknowledge hard work, even small achievements, and communicate appreciation. I also set realistic goals to give the team a sense of progress. For example, when sales were down, I organized a small competition with incentives, which energized the staff and improved overall performance. Motivation is about creating a positive environment where people feel valued and encouraged. Question 6. How do you handle feedback, both giving and receiving? This question reveals your communication style and willingness to grow. Here's how you can answer. When giving feedback, I always start with positives before addressing areas for improvement, ensuring it comes across as constructive rather than critical. For instance, I once coached an employee on improving customer interactions by highlighting what they did well and then suggesting adjustments. When receiving feedback myself, I take it as an opportunity to grow. I ask clarifying questions if needed and make a plan to apply what I've learned. Feedback, in my view, is a two-way street. Question 7. How do you manage time and prioritize tasks? Time management is crucial for assistant managers who juggle multiple responsibilities. Here's how you can answer. I use a combination of planning tools and prioritization methods. I focus on urgent and high-impact tasks first, while also delegating responsibilities appropriately. For example, if both inventory checks and a customer complaint need addressing, I'll assign the inventory check to a reliable staff member while personally handling the complaint to ensure customer satisfaction. This approach ensures all tasks are completed without sacrificing quality. Question 8. How do you handle customer complaints? Strong customer service is often expected of assistant managers. Here's how you can answer. I approach customer complaints with empathy and professionalism. I listen carefully, acknowledge their frustration, and take steps to resolve the issue. For instance, a customer once received the wrong order. I apologized sincerely, corrected the mistake immediately, and offered a small discount for the inconvenience. The customer left satisfied and returned in the future. Handling complaints effectively not only resolves the issue but also builds long-term loyalty. Question 9. How do you ensure smooth communication within your team? Effective communication prevents confusion and strengthens teamwork. Here's how you can answer. I ensure communication is clear and consistent by using multiple channels, daily briefings, email updates, and one-on-one check-ins. For example, before launching a new product, I held a short meeting to explain expectations and followed up with written instructions. I also encourage open dialogue, where team members feel comfortable raising concerns. This transparency helps avoid misunderstandings and keeps everyone aligned. Question 10. Why do you want to work as an assistant manager? This question checks your motivation and understanding of the role. Here's how you can answer. I enjoy both leadership and hands-on work, and I believe the assistant manager role allows me to balance both. I'm motivated by the chance to support staff, improve operations, and contribute to achieving company goals. For me, this position is about being a reliable link between the team and senior management, ensuring everything runs efficiently while fostering a positive workplace culture. Tips for success in assistant manager interviews. Always frame answers around teamwork, leadership, and problem solving. Use real examples from past experiences to demonstrate your skills. Show adaptability. Assistant managers often step into different roles depending on the situation. Highlight both customer service and staff management abilities, as the role often requires both. Maintain a calm and confident tone to reflect your readiness for responsibility. Final thoughts. The assistant manager role requires someone who can wear multiple hats: leader, communicator, problem solver, and motivator. Employers want to see evidence that you can handle the complexities of supporting both staff and management while keeping operations smooth. Preparing for these interview questions with structured, real-world examples will help you stand out. By practicing responses that highlight your leadership, communication, and decision-making skills, you'll demonstrate that you are not only prepared for the challenges of the assistant manager role, but also ready to grow with the company. Remember, it's not just about managing tasks. It's about managing people and situations with confidence, fairness, and professionalism.